Good morning, class. And how are you today? Okay, for today's lesson, we will be looking at the topic, the water cycle. But before we begin our lesson, I would like us to sing a song to Itsy Bitsy Spider. Do you know that song? Okay, students. The itsy bitsy spider climbed up the water spout. Down came the rain and washed the spider out. Out came the sun and dried up all the rain, and the itsy bitsy spider climbed up the spout again. So this song is basically giving us an idea of the water cycle. Now, a 3D model of the water cycle is a hand-on visual science craft, often a diorama or a working model that demonstrates how water moves through the nature. Here is a 3D model of the water cycle. The materials used to create this model are paint, cardboards, an icebox for land farms and water, scissors, cotton used for clouds, rocks. You have some plants there. Silicone used to paste materials and labels. It illustrates a key process such as evaporation, condensation, and precipitation. The definition for the water cycle is: the water cycle or hydraulic cycle is a continuous movement of water on, above, and below the Earth's surface. Driven by the sun's energy and gravity, it involves water changing state between liquid, solid, ice, and gas, vapor. The main process involved in the water cycle, which alternates with each other, are evaporation, condensation, and precipitation. The stages. Now we will be looking at the stages of the water cycle. Number 1, evaporation. Evaporation is when the sun heats water in oceans, lakes, ponds, rivers, and soil surface, turning it from a liquid into a gas called water vapor. During this process, transpiration also occurs. Now, transpiration is when water evaporates directly from the leaves of plants and trees, contributing to the water vapor into the atmosphere. This process is called evapotranspiration. Number 2, condensation. As water vapor rises into the atmosphere, it cools down and turns back into tiny water droplets which cluster together to form clouds. So as we can see, there are clouds in the sky. Those are tiny water droplets that cluster together to form clouds. Number 3, precipitation. Precipitation is when the clouds droplets become too large and heavy. They fall back to the earth as rain, snow, sleet, or hail. Also have the runoff and collection. Now, the water that falls onto land flows over the surface into rivers, lakes, ponds, and ocean. Infiltration and percolation. Now some water seeps into the ground, replenishing groundwater supplies and aquifers. So these are the process of the water cycle. So we will now look at the implications of water cycle. 1. The water cycle has a tremendous impact on the climate. For instance, the greenhouse effect will cause a rise in temperature. 2. The water cycle is also an integral of other biogeochemical cycle. 3. Water cycle affects all life processes on Earth. Number 4. The water cycle is also known as the clean the air. For instance, during the process of precipitation, water vapors have to attach themselves onto particles of dust. Raindrops are also known to pick up biochemical agents such as a bacteria and industrial soot particles and smoke. So these are the implications of water cycle. So this is the process of the water cycle.